Sawyer, I guess y'all were able to get off to a better start than you had been. What was the difference there, and maybe was it anything Iowa State did to kind of slow you down after that?
I think we just came out and instead of like feeling everything out, testing the water to see if we can compete or not, we just did it, and it felt good. And I'm proud of the way the line attacked it, the way the receivers attacked the ball, the way the running backs ran it. And then after that, obviously they slowed us down a bit, and they're a good defense. Like credit goes to them, but we just gotta figure out ways to like maintain that momentum and keep scoring points because we just gotta help our defense out more.
For both of you, is that disheartening when you have such a good start that kind of fizzles? How do you kind of keep your head in the game?
We just gotta finish. I'm still a firm believer in this team. I still think we have the capability to be great. We just got to play 4 quarters of ball. I talked about that middle leg last time I talked to you guys. We got to win that. We won it in that first middle leg going into halftime, and coming out we didn't. So defensively, offense scored, but defensively we got to step up and up the offense.
Keaton, y'all struggled stopping the run. Was there anything in particular they were doing? Was it missed tackles?
I definitely said missed tackles. I felt like, we had them in that first half, and we fit it up really well, and then they came out and they made some really good adjustments on their side. And then some of that was just confusion and miscommunication.
Sawyer, how good is it to have Michael Trigg back? And is he a safety blanket for you? It seemed like you were hitting him pretty good there.
Yeah, he's a stud, obviously. Big target, gets open, large catch radius too. Just got to get it kind of close to him, and he's going to catch a majority of them. 50-50 balls aren't really 50-50 with him, and so I'm really proud of him and the way he played. And he came out here and he helped us out a lot.
What were they doing to limit y'all's ability to run the football only about 70 yards on the ground?
Yeah, they do a good job of just kind of like swarming to it. They play like 3 different layers. So you get it past the line, then the linebackers swarm, and then the safeties are coming. They do a good job of bunching everything up, making it muddy up front, making us bounce it to the outside where they have just a bunch of bodies. And so, that's kind of the game they play, and they did a really good job of that tonight.
Hal still got his, but it seemed like they did a good job on Josh. But you did a really good job, seemed like spreading the ball around, like to different receivers. Where maybe last week it was mainly Hal and Josh.
Yeah, I think Coach Spav just does a good job with me as far as just like how he coaches me, going through my progressions, putting me in situations that we get good looks, and I'm thankful for him, just the way he coaches me, because I was just going through my reads, and one of them was open, and so that's him, drawing those plays up, and the lineman maintaining a clean pocket, and the receivers actually getting open. And so that's kind of why it was spraying today.
Is that a 4th down pass something you practice, or is that just kind of
the flick,
spur of the moment?
Yeah, no, that was all just like trying to make something happen, and got to be able to finish that drive after a play like that. Like I said, you got to give credit to them though. They do a good job with what they do, and we were throwing punches, and they were throwing punches, and it is what it is. But yeah, that was just trying to make something happen.
They were attacking you all over the middle of the field with Higgins a lot, and it seemed like slant routes and things like that. What were they doing that was freeing him up, or was it just one-on-one matchups that he was able to exploit?
A lot of one-on-one matchups. Some stuff they do a lot of illusions with motions, overload with the O lineman. So a bunch of things, but a lot of times it's just we got to win our one-on-ones, and we got to do that better.
You said you still have faith and belief in this team that y'all can rebound. Why is that? Can you elaborate on that?
Well, coming in here in the winter, these guys accepted me. Like I had been here for 4 years. Coming out of JUCO, I wanted to go to a place where I could call home and I could feel the love, and we could all come in and work no matter what the situation was. And we did that all spring. We did that all summer, and it doesn't change now in the season. Everybody goes through hardships. Everybody goes through the rain, but you're going to experience a sunny day soon, so we got to push through that sunny day.
So you've got now a couple weeks until Texas Tech with the bye. What's your focus, and what's your focus on the team as a whole?
I would just say, I think the bye will be good. Just like body physically, like getting some guys healed up. So that would be good. And then just like as far as mentally, it's kind of like a reset button. You know, like we did a few good things in the first 6 games, first half of the season, but we kind of gotta do better second half. We gotta come together. We gotta just figure it out and make something happen because you know everybody. We know the goal we have for this team. We've been knowing the goal that we have for this team, and it's not over. And that's all I need. That's all he needs. That's all anybody in the locker room needs is just a little bit of hope. We're going to hang on to it, and we're going to attack it.
Keaton, you talked about with Trey coming back, you guys had a lot of defensive guys come back, particularly Garmin and Steve. How much did that help maybe you guys?
A lot. Those guys are pivotal players and have a very pivotal role on our defense, and it was awesome to have them back. I'm sure they were really excited to be back as well, and you know, Garmin got a pick on his birthday, so I'm sure he's real happy about that. But we just got to finish. Like I said, I'm super proud of this defense. I'm proud of the way we played. That back half is unacceptable, though. We got to clean that up. And, I mean, in this bye week, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to work and then go attack the next game.
It's good to see you guys. What a tough loss. Disappointing loss, especially defensively. Just really did not play well. It's tough to kind of walk around in it, you know. I thought that to start the game, I thought we started fast. I thought that there was good energy and execution in the beginning, and I thought we were able to silence a crowd and we were able to move the ball and we were able to make some timely stops. I thought as the game went on, you know, I think offensively the plan was to throw it and have the throw open up the run. You know, there's a 3-man rush and there's kind of spot dropping behind it. And so the ability for Sawyer to kind of move and manipulate the pocket, receivers to sit down in the soft spots of the zone, and you know, 12 or 15-yard, you know, catch there and a curl and whatnot. We're able to kind of really use that to move the ball early in the game, and you know, later in the game, in the second end of the second quarter, you know, into the first half, zero pressure started to spike up, and we had to be able to get the ball off quicker, and some screens kind of came from that. I think what all of that brought up, though, was that when it's 3rd and 6, and it's 3rd and 5, you wish that there was a running game, and so that those third downs were 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, you know, and those screens can be a little bit more effective in those instances. I think that kind of continued through the rest of the game. Our run game has to improve, and was at times non-existent today. I thought defensively, you know, the amount of motions and shifts, it would be as if there was someone swimming in shallow water and they'd swim on out into the deep, dark ocean, and the deeper water really sank us in terms of the adjustments and just all of it. We would be seeing something new, get on the sideline, adjust to it, go back out, not get it correctly, but not hit it correctly, and then there'd be some type of missed tackle or missed opportunity one-on-one. And I think those two things, just the prevalence of just the adjustments that had to be made, the level of detail, which is a price you pay when you play these people. They do a great job with it. And then that combined with the missed opportunities one-on-one, I think did us in. And so that's frustrating and difficult to say. Take any questions you guys got.
After that fast start, is it disheartening those last 3 quarters? Like, what are your emotions? It seems like a 3rd week in a row where it's not 4 quarters.
Correct. Yeah, very disheartening. Yeah, very frustrated. Yeah, I think players for sure feel that. Coaches do. I sure do. There's a bunch of emotions. Disheartening would be probably the most pleasant one.
Dave, how pivotal was that blocked punt return? Just because it seemed like it was a game that was right there, y'all kind of going.
It is. Yeah, it is. You know, in those moments, you have to find ways that you can win the game, and not have ways that you can lose it. And I think in these last couple losses, there's been those instances where we've almost found a way to lose a game, and to be talking about it and to focus on it, and then to still have something like that happen is very disheartening, and it's frustrating. And we're better than that. and I take responsibility for it. I have to coach them better.
Is that an easy fix for missed tackles? It seemed like that was happening a lot defensively, and they were kind of escaping you that way.
Yeah, I thought there was just probably the confusion or the extreme level of shifts and motions and all the detail that needed to be put into that. I think that was affecting guys, and so that there was never really a being settled. And so I think when that happens and the ball's kicked out here and the ball's kicked out there, you're not really sure if you're living here and you can put all your clothes away, or you're not sure, hey, I just keep all my clothes in my backpack because I'm going to be moving somewhere quick on a shift or on a motion. And so when you're unsettled like that, there's a greater chance for a missed tackle because your feet aren't in the ground. You're not at home, so to speak. And so us on our heels was really the whole third and fourth quarter.
That second series of the third quarter, was there any thought to kick a field goal there, down 5 with about halfway of the third quarter gone?
Yeah, we were trying to score touchdowns at that point. Yeah, I think in that stage of it, knowing that we were struggling on one side of it to try to get touchdowns was really a critical deal, and this was before it kind of got away from us.
How good was it to have Michael Drake back? It seemed like he was kind of a safety blanket for Sawyer a little bit. He was finding it a lot.
Yeah, I think between Hal and Michael, and then those are guys that are really long. They have the ability to get separation and to win their one-on-ones. If you do one-on-one coverage versus them, there's a really great chance of them winning it. And so I think Sawyer takes confidence in that, and for sure looks for those guys. And I thought that Spav did a great job of trying to get matchups with that. And so I think all of that's kind of understood. But then when you try to work and get a matchup and have that as an outlet, I thought he did a good job of that tonight.
Dave, you might have answered it with just they mainly rushed 3.
Yeah.
But it seemed like Sawyer had a nice pocket for most of the night.
Yeah. The protection of our guys versus 3 rushers, I thought was good. I think we have to kind of start there, and so that was good to see. And then I thought Sawyer did a good job of manipulating the pocket, of staying in there and allowing guys to be able to find soft spots and zones and then move when it got maybe cloudy or it got kind of gray. He would move, and then the receivers did a good job of moving with him, and they were finding soft spots and zones, which we were able to move down the field doing that. A lot of them were kind of broken plays, and so I thought Sawyer, I think him working with the O-line really allowed our receivers to find those voids.
Keaton talked about buy-in and the locker room and having faith in his team. And you seem to, any players that I've spoken with, you seem to have players that reiterate that a lot.
Yeah.
How do you get that buy-in to start translating onto the field, or is it something that is X's and O's? What is that buy? How does that buy-in end up translating? Because it seems like you have a lot of players that are bought into what y'all are doing.
Yeah, it's the level of detail in this one, and I think it's not beating yourself. I think if you have a block kick, if you have personal fouls, if you have PIs, if you're doing these things, you're fighting yourself. And we had such a really formidable and great opponent tonight. That's enough for us to fight them, And so I think a lot of it, all of our boys are trying to win. They're trying to do good. They're trying to achieve. But there's a level of detail, and there's a level of professionalism that has to be developed. This league demands it. And until we get it, unfortunately, it's probably going to be stuff like this. And so this is not acceptable. And we have to be able to demand it as coaches and get to that next level.
Do you need the buy? Do you need the buy right now?
We're a little bit beat up right now. I think we're in the phase of kind of being beat up and then getting guys back. And so tonight was a physical game. And so I think this will be good to have some guys be able to heal up. And then, this last half of the schedule, I'm excited about attacking it. I think that there's great matchups ahead for us. You have a locker room that's just really pissed off and frustrated, and I know that we'll be able to get them turned in the right direction.